Did you know that over 300,000 seniors are hospitalized annually due to fall-related injuries, and improper footwear is a factor in nearly 45% of those cases? This silent epidemic is stealing mobility and independence from millions of older adults. Take Thomas, for example. He's a 72-year-old retired teacher whose life changed in an instant. After his worn loafers slipped on a wet floor, he fractured his hip. The doctors told him that he might never walk on his own again. But here's the good news. Thomas beat those odds, and by the end of this video, you'll see how he went from struggling to reach his mailbox to hiking mountain trails with his grandchildren, all by avoiding the common footwear mistakes many seniors make. Welcome to Life Advice for Older People, where we turn research into practical solutions for your happiest and healthiest golden years. Shoes that once carried you comfortably through your 40s can suddenly become a burden when you're in your 70s. This isn't an exaggeration, it's biology. As we age, our feet undergo three critical changes that are often overlooked. First, the fat padding that cushions your steps thins out, leaving bones and nerves more vulnerable to impact. Second, your nerve receptors, which help you balance, can degrade by up to 30% after age 65. Third, your joints become more sensitive to misalignment, turning minor issues with your gait into chronic pain across your body. Thomas learned these changes the hard way. I kept wearing the same shoes I always had, he told me. No one warned me that my feet had changed. Today, we'll go over the 8 footwear mistakes that are silently stealing mobility from seniors. But don't worry, I'm not just pointing out problems. I'm going to share the 3 life-changing solutions that podiatrists recommend to their own families, but often don't discuss with patients. These strategies helped Thomas regain his independence, and they can do the same for you. If you want more life-changing advice like this, be sure to hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Your feet, and your future self, will thank you. Have you ever experienced foot pain that limited your freedom or kept you from doing things you love? Share your experience in the comments below. You might be surprised at how many others are facing the same challenges. Let's start with a footwear mistake that might seem obvious, but it hides a secret danger, even in its more sensible forms: high heels. When you wear heels, even those that are just 1 or 2 inches high, your body weight shifts forward unnaturally. A 2-inch heel increases pressure on the ball of your foot by a staggering 75%, forcing your toes into a cramped, compressed position thousands of times a day. But the damage doesn't stop there. Your knees, hips, and lower back all compensate for this unnatural position, creating a cascade of misalignments. Janet, Thomas's wife, learned this lesson the hard way when she was 68. After decades of wearing practical 2-inch heels to work as a bank manager, she noticed her feet starting to collapse. "I thought I was being sensible by avoiding stilettos," she said. "But after retirement, my bunions became unbearably painful." Eventually, Janet needed surgery, a painful procedure that required a 12-week recovery, temporarily robbing her of her independence just when she and Thomas had planned to travel. Take a look at this pressure map of a foot in even a modest heel. The red areas highlight dangerous pressure points that, over time, reshape your foot's structure. By age 60, your feet have already taken approximately 75 million steps, each one potentially damaging if you're wearing the wrong shoes. Here's something many doctors fail to mention. It's not just the height of the heel that matters, but the cumulative damage caused over the years. After 60, when the fat padding in your feet starts to thin out, these problems become more evident, even if you only wear heels occasionally now. The foot deformities they cause, such as bunions, hammer toes, and shortened Achilles tendons, can dramatically increase your fall risk and lead to chronic pain. How many of you ladies still have high heels in your closet for special occasions? Drop a shoe emoji in the comments if you're thinking twice about those shoes now. Our second deadly footwear mistake may surprise you, especially if you live in a warmer climate: flip-flops. These summer staples are secretly destroying your foot health. With every step you take in flip-flops, your toes grip to keep the shoe from flying off, which alters your gait and creates tension that travels up through your entire foot. Unlike proper shoes that move with you, flip-flops force your feet to adapt to them, exactly the opposite of what aging feet need. Worse, flip-flops offer zero arch support and minimal shock absorption. Each step sends jarring impact forces directly into your bones and joints. For younger adults, this may be manageable, but for those over 60, this constant trauma speeds up joint deterioration. Thomas learned this painful lesson during a retirement trip to Florida. I wore flip-flops everywhere, by the pool, walking to restaurants, and even for a mile-long beach walk, he recalled. By day 3, I could barely put weight on my heel. He developed plantar fasciitis, an inflammation of the tissue that connects your heel to your toes, which took 6 months of physical therapy to resolve. Here's what many seniors don't realize. The pain doesn't stay in your feet. When you walk differently to avoid foot pain, it puts extra stress on your knees, hips, and lower back. One bad footwear choice can create a domino effect that affects your whole body. Our third deadly footwear mistake might be on your feet right now, worn-out sneakers that appear perfectly fine on the outside. What many seniors don't realize is that athletic shoes lose about 40% of their cushioning and support after just 6 months of regular use, long before any visible wear shows. The midsole foam that absorbs shock breaks down, leaving your joints exposed to impact forces that can be 3 to 5 times your body weight. This is a dangerous problem for many of us, especially those raised by Depression-era parents who taught us to use it up, wear it out. When combined with fixed retirement incomes, this mentality leads to keeping shoes far beyond their functional lifespan. Thomas, for example, didn't realize that his knee pain, which caused him to become more sedentary, was linked directly to his worn-out shoes. "My sneakers looked fine after 3 years," he said. "The tread was good, no holes, still clean enough. I thought they were fine." What he didn't know was that these shoes were offering little to no support, causing his knee pain to get worse over time. Here's a quick test you can do right now. Take your everyday walking shoes and twist them from heel to toe. If they twist easily, the support structure has broken down, even if they look fine on the outside. Proper shoes should only bend at the ball of the foot and shouldn't twist easily. When Thomas replaced his old sneakers with new ones, his knee pain resolved in just 2 weeks. Those $70 shoes saved him from potentially needing a $40,000 knee replacement. When was the last time you replaced your everyday shoes? If it's been over 6 months of daily wear, this video might save you from unnecessary pain and medical bills. The fourth deadly footwear mistake is likely sitting right by your favorite chair: backless slippers. These seemingly innocent comfort accessories are actually among the most dangerous footwear choices in your home. When you wear backless slippers, your walking pattern changes without you even realizing it. To keep the slippers from falling off, your toes must grip, which shortens your stride and creates tension that travels up your legs. This reduces ankle stability by up to 65%, significantly impairing your balance. The statistics are alarming. 38% of in-home falls among seniors involve inappropriate house footwear, with backless slippers being the primary culprit. These falls often happen in situations requiring quick reactions or balance adjustments, such as answering the doorbell or navigating stairs. Thomas saw this firsthand when his 78-year-old neighbor, Ruth, tripped on her stairs while wearing backless slippers. The fall resulted in a broken wrist that severely limited her independence for months. What makes these slippers particularly dangerous is that they feel comfortable. They're easy to slip on, soft and familiar, but they silently compromise your stability with every step. Seniors unknowingly risk their mobility for the convenience of backless footwear. Would you drive without your seatbelt just because it feels more comfortable? Yet many seniors take similar risks with their footwear every day. The fifth deadly footwear mistake is one hiding in plain sight: shoes with smooth, worn down, or naturally slick soles. These silent hazards turn everyday surfaces into potential disaster zones. Take a close look at dress shoes or loafers, which are common in many seniors' closets. Notice how the soles have worn smooth over time, eliminating the traction needed to grip the ground. Even new dress shoes often prioritize aesthetics over safety, with leather soles that offer minimal grip. What many people don't realize is that traction decreases by about 75% as shoe soles age or wear down. This becomes especially dangerous when combined with common household hazards like water on kitchen tiles, slightly damp bathroom floors, or morning dew on outdoor steps. Thomas experienced this danger when he slipped in his kitchen while wearing his favorite leather loafers. A few drops of water on the floor were enough to send him sliding, resulting in back pain that lasted weeks. Here's a quick test you can do today. While wearing your everyday shoes, place one foot on bathroom tile and gently try to slide it forward. If your foot moves easily, you're walking on potential hazards every day. Safe footwear should resist sliding, even on smooth surfaces. Our sixth deadly footwear mistake affects millions of seniors who don't realize their feet have changed shape: tight-fitting dress shoes. As you age, your feet naturally widen. After years of standing and walking, the ligaments and tendons that hold your foot bones together stretch, causing your bones to spread. By age 70, most people's feet are about half a size wider than they were at 40. Yet many seniors continue to buy shoes in the same size they've worn for decades. When you squeeze your now wider feet into narrow dress shoes, you're not just risking discomfort, you're restricting blood flow, which is dangerous for anyone with circulation issues or diabetes. Tight shoes can also compress nerves, triggering or worsening neuropathy and increasing fall risk. Thomas learned this painful lesson while preparing for his grandson's wedding. "I hadn't worn dress shoes in years, but my old pair still fit. Or so I thought," he said. "By the reception, my feet were burning with pain. The nerve compression from those 6 hours in tight shoes triggered neuropathy symptoms that lasted for weeks, making him stumble repeatedly." This highlights the dangerous domino effect. Foot pain changes how you walk, leading to compensation patterns that strain your knees, hips, and lower back. A day in the wrong shoes can trigger months of mobility problems. What many seniors don't realize is that foot width changes often happen without affecting length. So even if your shoes feel long enough, they might be too narrow for your feet. The next deadly footwear mistake is something most people never think about: going barefoot. Walking barefoot, particularly on hard surfaces like wood or tile, increases fall risk by 37% compared to wearing proper supportive shoes. Without cushioning and support, your balance system has to work harder with each step. And on hard surfaces, the shock forces are up to 7 times greater than when walking on grass or carpet, which accelerates joint pain and damage, especially for seniors dealing with arthritis. Thomas discovered these risks the hard way. "I stepped on something tiny in my kitchen. I think it was a breadcrumb," he explained. "I barely felt it, but because of my diabetic neuropathy, it created a cut I couldn't feel. This small injury turned into a dangerous foot ulcer that took 3 months to heal." Finally, the 8th deadly footwear mistake is one that many seniors make without realizing it: the one-pair-fits-all mentality. As we age, our feet need different types of support for different activities. Gardening requires side-to-side stability, walking needs cushioning, and slippery surfaces need extra grip. Yet 78% of seniors try to use one pair of shoes for everything. Thomas was guilty of this. "I wore my New Balance sneakers for everything," he admitted. "Daily walks, working in the garden, even to church when my dress shoes hurt." But using the same shoes for all activities contributed to his mobility problems. The solution is the 3-zone system: shoes for home use, shoes for daily activities, and specialized footwear for specific tasks. By having the right shoes for each need, you can maintain support and stability throughout the day. Now let's talk about the 3 life-changing solutions that helped Thomas regain his independence and could do the same for you. These evidence-based strategies dramatically reduce fall risk and restore pain-free mobility, often within just weeks. The first solution might sound simple, but it's a game changer for many seniors: getting a professional shoe fitting from a specialist who understands aging feet. Did you know that over 80% of adults wear incorrectly sized shoes? A podiatric study found that most people wear shoes that are either too short, too narrow, or both. Even more concerning, your correct shoe size changes throughout your life. After age 60, most people gain at least half a size in width due to the natural spreading of foot bones. A proper professional fitting goes way beyond the basic foot measuring device you might remember from your childhood. Here's what should happen. First, both feet should be measured separately while standing, because foot size changes under your body weight. Second, width should be measured at multiple points, not just the ball of the foot. Third, arch height and flexibility are assessed to determine support needs. Finally, a gait analysis is done to observe how you walk, revealing pressure points and movement patterns unique to your body. Thomas was skeptical about this solution until desperation led him to a specialty shoe store. "The fitter spent nearly 40 minutes with just me," he recalled. "She told me I'd been wearing shoes that were a full size too small in width for decades. When I tried the correct size, it was like my feet could finally breathe again." To find the right fitting specialist, look for stores that focus on comfort footwear or orthopedic needs, not just any shoe store. Major chain stores rarely provide the expertise aging feet need. Ask if their fitters have certification or training in geriatric foot issues. Many areas also have podiatrists who specialize in footwear for medical conditions and can provide the highest level of expertise. The second life-changing solution is the 3-zone system. This system revolutionized Thomas's mobility by addressing the different footwear needs for different activities. Zone 1, home footwear. The ideal home shoe has a closed back for stability, non-slip rubber soles for traction on all surfaces, and an easy on and off design without sacrificing security. Thomas found that proper house shoes eliminated his morning stiffness and provided support from the moment he got out of bed. Zone 2, everyday support shoes. These shoes are for daily activities and errands. They need proper arch support, cushioning proportional to your weight, and stability features like wider bases and secure closures. Thomas's properly fitted everyday shoes resolved his knee pain within weeks. Zone 3, activity-specific footwear. These shoes are designed for specific movements like walking, gardening, or even dress shoes. Walking shoes should have foot flexibility and heel cushioning, while gardening shoes need ankle support and cleated soles. Even dress shoes can be comfortable and supportive with modern hidden comfort designs. The brilliance of this system isn't just physical, it's also financial. Thomas implemented this system on his fixed income by budgeting strategically. "I spent the most on my everyday shoes since I wear them 60% of the time," he said. "For specialty needs, I found budget-friendly options and sales. It still costs less than what I spent on pain relievers each year." The third and final life-changing solution is custom orthotics and adjustments. This powerful solution addresses the foundation of mobility itself. Custom orthotics and shoe adjustments transform even ordinary shoes into therapeutic tools. Many seniors don't understand the difference between basic store-bought insoles and true orthotics. Generic insoles just add cushioning, while orthotics actually correct biomechanical issues in your walking pattern. Think of it like this. Insoles are like over-the-counter reading glasses, while orthotics are prescription lenses tailored to your unique needs. The good news is that effective orthotics don't always require the expensive custom versions made by podiatrists. Thomas found a middle ground with heat-moldable inserts, which cost under $40. "You warm them in your oven, then stand on them to create an impression of your foot," he said. "They supported my arches exactly where I needed it, not just generically." These semi-custom options provide 70 to 80% of the benefits of fully custom orthotics at about 15% of the cost. For seniors with Medicare, know that custom orthotics may be covered if prescribed for specific conditions, like severe diabetic neuropathy or deformities. The key phrase to use with your doctor is therapeutic orthotics for fall prevention. This often triggers coverage. Even if you don't need full custom orthotics, simple modifications can dramatically improve your existing shoes. Professional stretching services can add width to tight spots for around $15, and cushioning pads placed in the right areas can turn painful shoes into comfortable ones. Replacing factory insoles with gel versions can reduce impact forces by up to 40%. Thomas now applies these principles to every pair of shoes he owns. "It's like having custom shoes without buying new ones," he says. "I've extended the life of my footwear while making each pair more therapeutic." So what's the takeaway from all of this? 6 months after implementing these 3 solutions, Thomas's transformation was remarkable. He went from taking pain medication every day to walking 5,000 steps completely pain-free. The constant fear of falling that had kept him homebound disappeared. His balance test scores improved by 38%, and he hasn't had a single fall since changing his footwear approach. The physical improvements were impressive, but the emotional impact was even greater. "Last weekend, I took my grandchildren hiking on a nature trail," Thomas shared, showing photos of him confidently navigating uneven terrain. "My 9-year-old grandson asked why I never did this before. I couldn't explain that I had been too afraid to try." Compare this to his life before, when he was confined mostly to his home, missing family gatherings, and watching life from the sidelines. This is why your footwear choices today are so important. They determine your mobility tomorrow. The decisions you make now will either limit or expand your world in the years ahead. To recap, the 8 deadly footwear choices we covered are high heels, flip-flops, worn-out sneakers, backless slippers, smooth-soled shoes, tight-fitting dress shoes, going barefoot, and the one-pair-fits-all mentality. By implementing the 3 life-changing solutions, professional fitting, the 3-zone system, and custom orthotics, you can dramatically reduce your fall risk and regain your active lifestyle, just like Thomas did. Which of these footwear mistakes surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments. And if you want more practical advice for thriving in your golden years, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Your future mobility is too important to leave to chance.